Hey, what up, guys? Jon here from LinksWell Together Podcast, and it's time for episode 33. If I was Hugh Jackman, I would go, ah, like Wolverine. But I'm not. But here we go. Episode 33 kicks off now. Hey, what up, guys? That's right. Episode 33, hanging out here in studio. Today is man, I hope I don't have more audio issues today.
You get them.
I already had one. We didn't even get this thing started and had audio issues. But anyways, yes, Art, welcome to this. This is your first time in the new studio.
Yeah, since you had to revamp the room.
Because the office flooded.
Yeah. I was the one who found out, by the way. So
really?
Technically...
I want to know, what were you doing in my office?
Stealing an HDMI cord.
Oh, fair.
Yeah.
That would be the place to go.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely the place to go would be my office for HDMI cord.
There's cables and cords everywhere.
Yeah. Yes.
It's like Best Buy, but
cool. I don't know.
Just
good.
His.
Probably. We got ourselves a guest, and to be honest with you, I don't know why I haven't had this guy on earlier, because I think I have a thing with guys named Matt. They're all my heroes.
Yeah.
So I got my buddy Matt. Mm-hmm. What up, Matt?
How you doing, guys?
Oh man, we're chilling. You know, technical.
I'm glad I'm your hero.
You are.
Yes.
We were just talking about that glorious beard of yours, and how utterly jealous I am that you get to grow one.
Yeah, it's part of the off-road lifestyle. You have to have a beard in this industry, or you're not taken seriously.
Yeah.
And the grayer it is, the longer you've been doing it, I guess.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, want to know the problem with my beard? All right, I'm gonna confessions here. One, I literally had to trim it this weekend because my wife's like, that's too long. So I trimmed it, right? But I don't have a chin. I just have necks.
Necks.
Right? Like, I mean, I'm not in shape, but I'm also not super heavy either. But the way my face is shaped, I don't have chin. I have necks. So without a beard, I look really bad, right? Like, I've had a beard since high school because I knew there's no way I was getting a girl if I didn't have a beard. So I grew a beard in high school and haven't stopped.
Don't they say the beard is the men's makeup?
Yeah, like, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe, yeah.
But here's the problem now. I'm starting to go gray.
Oh.
And I have a line of gray right under here that makes it look like I have a double chin.
Oh, geez.
And I can't do anything about it because
chin strap gray hair is crazy.
It's just like, it just has this perfect little line. And I'm like, frick. The one thing I'm trying to hide, and the gray hair goes, I got you, dog. Let me just let everybody see the two chins. Anyways, that's
mine's gone gray in the last few years, and there's nothing I can do about it, which is it is what it is, you know?
Yeah. Yep, absolutely. I think I don't fear going gray, to be honest with you. I kind of feel like it's a rite of passage.
Yeah. I mean, it's supposed to be counted as, like you said,
a crown.
Like wisdom. Yeah, crown of wisdom.
Yeah. Wisdom or stress.
You would stress.
Mm-hmm. All right. All right, guys. That's right. Episode 33. This is take 5 from audio issues. So,
yes,
you guys saw it 2 weeks ago. Major audio issues. If we have more audio issues, this is just going to be a clunky. It's just going to be a clunky episode, and I'm going to send a very strongly worded email to Evo and tell him, what the heck, man? But anyways,
I mean, at this point, if anyone does have good audio quality equipment, please reach out to Jon.
Let me know, because I did a lot of research and everybody said this piece was really good. But anyways, so episode 33, that's right, the Wolverine episode. Here we are with our very own Wolverine, Mr. Matt. What up, Matt?
Hey, guys, how are you today?
You've been here. You've seen all the drama.
Yeah.
We're doing great now, man. We're doing great now.
It's a Monday.
It's Monday. It's hot in here because they keep turning the heater on and my office becomes a sauna.
Oh, jeez.
And then, so anyways, but episode 33, as Arthur said, it's the Wolverine because it's when
Hugh Jackman does the thing.
And then Hugh Jackman, Wolverine's got one of those crazy beards too.
Yeah.
And we were talking about beards and I was confessing how I have a double chin and now I have gray in my beard that accentuates my double chin.
Yeah.
So there you go. There's round 2 of confession on take 5 of episode 33. But yes, Matt. Well, and I don't know why I didn't have you on earlier, bro, to be honest with you.
Well, I'm glad to be here.
Yeah. It just hit me like we were messaging and I was like, I haven't had Matt on. What the heck am I doing? Not bringing Matt in here. So, for those of you who don't know, Matt, let them know who you are and what you do, brother.
So my name is Matt Gannan. I am a brand activation manager, brand manager for FabTech MotorSports suspension. So I'm a shock and suspension person. I am not an engineer at all, but I know a lot about this stuff and I can be dangerous. So
yeah.
John and I have worked in the past for the last 5-6 years on various LinksWell vehicles, getting them built up. And I like it because the stereo world's a whole different world than the off-road world, but they both come together and work out perfectly together. I don't know anything about stereos, but when I see them, I'm like, this is cool. So whenever I see John at SEMA, I'm like, I like what you've done here. This is awesome. So I really enjoy working with you guys.
Yeah, no, it has been, we're on our 4th or 5th vehicle build together.
Yep.
So yeah, I hung out with you when you were out there at Rancho now. Yeah, FabTech. So super exciting. Always been, you're a ball of energy, man. Like
I that's what they say. That's what my wife says.
Yeah, so. Yeah. It's refreshing. So we talk about this, and so we have an influencer by the name of Sarah. Her handle is Badass Beauty. So we did an episode with her a while back. She's got a Jeep. She does a bunch of off-roading and stuff. But anyways, so we were just talking about like the industry as a whole, like the muchacho industry of the automotive world, right? Like everybody's tough and they do their thing, and so. Finding guys like you who are just like super joyful, man. It's like a breath of fresh air. I'm not trying to say nothing bad about the car world. Yeah. So don't get offended, guys. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, like,
I have a lot of energy.
Yeah, you do.
And I'm excited about it.
Yeah. That's what the first time I met you, I was like, dude, this dude is happy, man. I can hang out with this guy. He's like, I've had all these tech problems and I'm just excited to podcast, even though we've had all these audio issues to get started because I get to hang out with Matt.
At the end of the day, we're doing the same thing. We're trying to help our customers. We're trying to have fun. Yeah. We're trying to solve problems or make people happy with what we do. And I get to go off-roading. I get to go to Moab. I get to go to the Rubicon. I get to do all these epic things.
Yeah.
And I love that time. And then I love being able to help people out and just like spread that word of off-roading and jeeping and suspensions and stuff like that and making it so people can understand it. Again, I'm not an engineer, but me being able to talk to you and go, okay, let's solve this problem.
Yeah.
I remember years ago, you were doing a two-wheel drive F-150 build.
Yeah.
And you and I had to go back and forth for a while on getting the correct springs. And we just had to go back and forth and you figured out eventually that you needed a different spring.
Yep.
That was what it was pretty much.
Yeah. We went back and forth. And then the Jeep too, because the first time when we worked together on the Jeep, it was just a normal Jeep. And then we went overlanding with the build, and then it put too much weight on the backside and it was sagging. So then you were like, well, try these springs, try this shock, try this. And we tried all these different things. And now it sits nice and square and pretty and beautiful and all that good stuff. So yeah, it has been fun. But I think so how long have you gotten the privilege of being like in the off-road world the way you have been? Like, how long have you been there?
So it's an interesting story. I've been in the automotive industry working in it for 16 years, but I started off as an enthusiast in my early 20s. So I was a Jeeper for years and years. Okay. And my first job was I was in the craft beer industry. I worked in the microbrew industry.
Bro.
Yeah. So I live out here in Colorado, so it's pretty big out here. And I did that for a long time. I met a good friend of mine that worked at a local shop here in Colorado called John's 4x4. And he and I started hanging out. He started his own marketing agency, moved to Southern California to Huntington Beach, was out there for a long time. And then social media started, forums started. And I was heavily into Pirate 4x4 and other forums. And I got hired on by his agency to be the face, the voice on social media for Rancho suspension back in the day. And I did that for a very, very long time. And so that's where it's grown from. And now moving my way up in the marketing positions, now a brand manager, just making sure everything is good with the brand itself and just making sure taking in the right direction that we want this brand to go and grow over for the rest of its career, rest of its time,
Yeah. That's super cool, man. I love hearing the grassroots stories of like how you got to where you got to. Craft beer, bro.
Yeah.
I love me some craft. So do you have your own microbrew? Like, do you do your own brewing at home still?
I do not. That's how I got into the beer industry, because I was brewing at home and I wasn't making good product. I was like, you know what? It's easier just to go sell it and not waste my time here. So that's how I did that. And I did that for a long, long time. I was a regional manager overseeing the state of Colorado and Utah. Not Utah, but Wyoming. So it was fun. It was a fun time back then. But it's a young man's game. I couldn't do it these days. It's too much. Oh no, I can't hear you. You guys cut out. Oh, John stepping on wires.
All right. Back at it. Here we go. I swear.
We need like a little whiteboard here so I can put like take 7.
Tally marks. Take 7. Tink. I hate that, but love it at the same time. All right, here we go. Ready? All right. Well, that's take 7 on audio issues. Oh, man. But back at it. All right, man. Back to it. Love hearing the grassroots stories, man. Just kind of coming up, how you come up. I kind of made my way into marketing, kind of similar. But bro, home brewing, dude? So
I'm not a home brewer, and that's what got me into the industry. I could not brew beer at all, so I found it easier to sell it and just to drink it.
Okay.
And now that I'm older, I don't drink as much because it just tires me out.
Yeah.
It makes us look chunky.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, it sucks.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of good
But
brews.
I will enjoy a good craft beer on occasion.
Okay. I do too, more than an occasion, but
Yeah.
just because it tastes good. I don't know. I like the art of it. Like I just not you.
Oh,
the
sorry.
art
okay.
of brewing.
Got it.
And like the amount of like not you art. The art of the art. See, now you got me all screwed up. Anyways,
I'm on your brain.
the level that people can create like different flavor palettes and like experiences, how something comes in at the beginning or comes in the middle or comes in the end. Like, yeah, I'm a sucker.
It's nuts.
Yeah, I'm a sucker for new things, and
Those guys are good at it, so that's for sure. Those guys who know what they're doing, and gals. There's a lot of women that brew nowadays too, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a science for sure. I've often thought, man, I should do this, but then I also feel like I would be just like you, and I'd be like, this is awful. I'm gonna go buy somebody else's.
So much work.
Yeah.
So much.
Yeah,
work.
yeah. I have a buddy who home brews, and yeah, it's definitely you gotta love it to do it. I think. Like if you don't love it, it's not.
And it takes up a lot of time as well. It's just it's a whole weekend of weekend process. And I'd rather spend that time with my family or doing some stuff with the kids or working on my Jeep or working on a vehicle.
Right. Absolutely.
Yes, I do. I do know that time is the one thing that we can never get back.
Yeah.
And I often feel like I'm running out of it. So actually I had all the family home this weekend, which was super nice. My daughter and her husband came down for actually the off-road or Overland Expo out in Costa Mesa was
how was it?
You know what? So we didn't get a booth, and I can complain about that later, but we couldn't get a booth, and it was a whole political thing. But anyways, but we had a sponsor for our Tacoma. They gave Nomad Kitchen, sent us out a kitchen set. And when we sold the Tacoma, I pulled the kitchen and put it in my son-in-law's Ranger, which is an old SEMA Ranger. And so they needed a vehicle in their booth. So he reached out to me while I was up in Portland for the auto show up there. And he's like, hey, man, any chance you or your son-in-law could come hang out in a booth? So I only was there Friday afternoon helping my son-in-law get his truck there and helping them kind of get their cars situated for the booth. It was pouring rain. It was not nearly as big as I assumed it would be. Like it was pretty tight because I mean that venue, the Costa Mesa Fairgrounds, is a pretty big venue. Like Off-Road Expo and Sand and Sport, they take up pretty much everything. But like where we usually have a booth for Sand and Sport was just vendor parking. It wasn't even part of the show. So, but I mean, it's the first one in SoCal. I don't know.
It was. This is the first one.
Yeah, I saw your guys' booth. Nobody was there. I walked by it. They had like something set out outside the building, but nobody was there. But
yeah, so that trailer drove down from Idaho to go to that event.
Oh.
Yeah, so that was a long haul for those guys. We usually have a semi truck that goes around the country too, and that my driver Tim hits about 30 events a year in this semi truck.
Nice.
So he's all over the country. Like I'll be out there for Sand Sports Super Show in September, with the big rig.
Yeah.
So
Hopefully, I wasn't there last year because that's when my daughter got married. So, but yeah.
congratulations.
Yeah, it was fun. Got to perform the wedding and dance with her.
Oh.
Yeah, it was super sweet. So, but yeah, it seemed like an okay venue. Ran into some friends from some other companies, like saw David over at Weston. Was talking to the guys at EcoFlow, Magnuson superchargers, because I keep trying to find someone that wants to put a supercharger in my Jeep because it just needs it. But anyways, so
yeah, your Jeep is the LinksWell Jeep is so loaded down with a lot of stuff.
Yes.
It just needs whatever help it can get.
Yes,
You know?
yes, it does. It does great. That's what I was talking to the Magnuson guys. I was like, man, if I'm on the trail in first or second gear, it's fine. It'll go where it needs to go, no problem. It's anything other than that, it just sucks to drive. The freeway, it's so heavy and lumbery. And honestly, I would like a little bit more low end power in first and second gear in the trails. I feel like some of I won't hit some obstacles just because I don't know how it will power through some of the stuff. But you build it how you build it for what you want, right? And
and what impresses me a lot of times is you'll drive it from Southern California out to Dallas for some of your big audio events out there. I'm like, whoo, that's a road trip, my friend. Come on, you guys there? Oh man, cut.
Take 8. All right, so we unplugged. Art thinks it was the power strip, Matt. So I unplugged the power strip.
Oh, okay.
So I got $10 on that.
Yeah,
so
we'll see if I don't know how the power strip would affect it. But
I don't know. It looks ancient. It looks like it belongs in
but nothing.
1987.
Whatever. Anyways, yes, our LinksWell Jeep. You were talking about how we drive it really far, and yes, we do.
Yes. Everywhere.
And don't you guys do some events on the East Coast, in Florida and Indiana or something like that?
So we have done a few in Indiana and Florida. We haven't driven. Oh no, we drove our Tacoma to Indiana, and we did the RV component show, which was a culture shock for me, bro. Have you been? You're kind of close to Indiana. Have you been to Indiana?
No, I've been to Indiana, but I haven't been out there for any RV stuff, any of those events.
Yeah.
But that's a whole different animal too. Those people have so much money and they just want to spend it on the best things they can, and their houses, their RVs are insane.
Yeah. So, dude, the Amish out there, it's trippy, bro. They're huge in the RV market.
Amish?
The Amish, dude. The Amish build so many things in Indiana, because Indiana's Elkhart, Indiana is the hub for RV.
Wait, okay, hold on.
Yeah.
Maybe it's my lack of knowledge of the Amish, but I thought they don't do electronics.
They don't. Okay, so check it out. I learned things. Okay. One, they can use batteries.
How?
So they're huge. They are a huge part of the builders in the RVs over solar.
But
they're huge. So they actually will power their barns with solar and batteries because it's not electricity.
But how do you create a battery?
I don't solar and batteries of electricity.
I don't know, man. I'm just telling you what I heard. They drive, the buggies are all over the place.
Radiation batteries?
No, just batteries, lithium ion batteries. Dude, it doesn't make sense to me.
I'm gonna have to research this.
All I know is we show up at this show, and this is it was the RV components show. There was another fancy word in there, but so it's a bunch of people making specific things: cabinets, sinks, beds, stuff like that, right?
All right.
And so there are guys, and everybody's Amish. And almost everybody speaks that Pennsylvania Dutch. So they're walking around speaking a language I don't even know. It was bro, my brain really struggled with everything because I'm RV, this is, but they have, but I don't even know, man. It was really weird.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Are the Amish building the products for the RVs, or are they rolling around pulling an RV with their
No,
buggies?
they're building them.
Okay,
yeah.
Gotcha. So they're building the cabinets, they're building all the stuff for the RVs.
So they'll make so they will have solar panels, batteries, inverter chargers, the whole power system, and they will create a plug-in you go and you just plug this into your RV, or they have cabinets and they've got beds and all this stuff. Yeah. So all anything in an RV, the Amish there in Indiana are a huge part of it. It's really weird. We almost
That's crazy. That's
yeah, dude.
That's cool. To learn,
Yeah, it
man.
was a genuine culture shock for me. Like, we got there and it was really pretty, and like just horse and buggies everywhere, man. Horse and buggies everywhere. Like it's real. Like they're everywhere.
I was gonna say, hey, Amish people, reach out and let me know,
Yeah.
but like you're not gonna see this.
Yeah.
So like,
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Did you guys
Oh
touch a
my
wire again? Is it a strip cord or whatever?
I don't know. He got it to work again. I don't know. I don't know if it's losing power or what.
Man, we're gonna do a quick one and just get this pain over with, and then you and I will have to do another better one. And I'm gonna email the frick out of these guys and say, "What the hell?
Yeah, I mean, literally, yeah.
This is just
We
brutal."
still need to try without the power strip.
The strip's undone.
What do you mean?
It's unplugged from the wall.
What is this then?
Nothing.
We need some of those Amish batteries.
Yeah, we need some Amish batteries.
Dude, for real, you just touched something and it's off.
It's hard to like. I think it's funny. Like, it's just so.
enjoying
So,
It's just like.
so I'm on spring break next week.
Yeah.
So the week after,
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
back. We can do one then. Okay.
Yeah, here we go. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna fly through this. Okay, ready, set, when.
I'm not ready. Hold on.
Oh, come on.
Okay, try. Don't raise your volume at all.
I quit.
Okay, we're gonna keep it a low volume one and see if that works.
All right, ready?
Hey guys, part 9.
Take 72.
You sure it's not part
I'm
11?
not sure.
I think
at
we're
all.
just gonna call this the blooper show.
the blooper
'cause
show.
The
Exactly.
level of mother freaking
No,
technical
my gosh.
difficulties.
They're gonna just see my face get redder.
Just you
and
just
redder
yeah
per the
you just
take.
keep you just every time we come back you're worse off than you were. I don't even remember. We were talking about Amish and then we needed things. Here's what I think. We're gonna try this again. I am legit reaching out to Evo because
Yeah, this
This is-
frustrating. But
I'm just so like I'm like dumbfounded at
Yeah.
what even to try at this point to prevent it from crashing on us again. But so here's what we're gonna do. This is just a straight up blooper fest. It's awful. It's the worst.
it's okay. It happens. It happens.
So what's in the back? Is that like Star Wars stuff?
I
on
got
the
some
shelf?
Star Wars stuff. Yeah.
Over there.
So
What about? Can you see mine? Look at mine.
nice. I love it.
That's from 77,
Love it.
78.
My daughter painted the Millennium Falcon for me.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
that's
she gave that to
awesome.
me for Father's Day or Christmas. Like, man,
It
6 years
looks
ago.
legit like a blueprint, which is like
Yeah.
kind of makes it seem authentic, which is
Yeah.
kind of cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so my daughter's super.
That's what it makes it even cool. That
Yeah,
she painted
she's
that.
super artsy. So yeah, super blessed to have that. But yeah, Star Wars. Homage to Star Wars. Oh man, podcasting. It's not for the faint of heart. For those of you,
Lower the volume, John.
you
We don't
swear
need
it's
to
my
cut out.
volume, but I'm
I-
always loud.
I know, but every single time I see you
Like, get
spike
ready.
in volume,
Okay.
then it drops.
Thank you for joining us on this podcast.
You could still do it with a smile,
This
John.
this is our
Solemn.
podcast. Links
Hey,
well
guys.
together. This is
LinksWell.
where we talk about things like cars,
Like
Amish
before
and-
it crashes.
Amish
lithium
people.
batteries.
Yeah,
Matt being awesome.
Matt
Being
is
good.
awesome. He's
good-
like
good
stuck
guest.
through it.
Yeah,
He's
thank
over
you.
here like
Solid.
wasting his whole Monday on this podcast episode that's going to look like a
Hey,
stop motion.
if I wasn't doing this, I'd be in a meeting somewhere else. So it's fine.
If you ever come to visit the LinksWell office, let us know. I'll make you brownies.
Where is your guys'
We're in
office?
Riverside, California.
Okay, cool. So you're close to my home, to where
Yeah.
Chino,
Oh yeah,
right?
Chino's close.
So yeah. When next week when I get after I get back from spring
Yeah.
break, John, let's talk about the LinksWell Jeep and getting
Okay,
it set up.
cool.
Yeah.
So we were definitely going to be able to work with you on that. I know you reached out on the other Jeep that you had, your buddy's Jeep. We found some Jeeps. They didn't tell me.
Yeah, no worries.
So,
Not
but your Jeep is good to go. We're going to do stuff with the LinksWell.
Sweet.
For sure.
Yes. Just make sure that when you come out, let us know so I can make brownies in advance.
Art
Yeah,
just
well,
really wants to make brownies.
I do. Okay, look. So my wife is a great baker, fantastic baker. Makes
Fabulous baker.
everything fantastic. Here's the
Okay.
thing. I need you to clip in the thing because that meme is just too good.
There's
Anyways,
a meme thing.
Yeah, so the thing from Fantastic Four.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's coming out, the new movie,
Oh.
right? And so people will say like, "Oh, well, this is this." Well, here's the thing, and they'll just clip in a picture of him, and
Like
that's
this?
it. That's the entire meme.
So I just
Oh,
have him
geez.
like if you put your hand out.
Yeah,
should I just
here's the
have it? Okay,
That's it.
there it is.
Here's the thing.
But so before we started dating, I was up in Oregon and I was trying to like flirt with her and hang out with her over the phone. She's in Riverside, right? So one thing I knew about her was she's a baker. So I was like, "Oh, hey, give me a recipe and then I'll try it up here." I'm not a baker, right? So the things you do for love, right? So she gave me this like white vanilla frosting cupcake thing, and I made it, and I made it like really good, like really well. Like my family loved it and everything. I was like, "Oh, maybe I have something for this," and so I just kind of like put it in my back pocket. We get married, life's good. Then she's like, "Hey, like we need to go to like I think it was a church event or something." So she was like, "Hey, like you know, we need to make a dish. Do you have any ideas?" And I was like, "Oh, I'll make mac and cheese." And so I was like, mac and cheese is easy. Found a thing, made it excellent. I was like, all right, maybe I have this in my back pocket too. And then so she's like, okay, hey, like, you know, I want you to make me a treat, you know? And I was like, all right, cool. Like come up with something and we'll find a recipe and do it. She's like, oh, here's brownies. I made it. It came out really good. And I was like, hey, you know what? Like this is in my back pocket. Like I got a couple
So
of
what
things.
you're telling me is you brought up the fact that your wife is a good baker to talk about how good of a baker you are.
Well, the thing is I don't have many skills. Okay. So
I just want to make sure I'm following the whole flow of the conversation. It was
Well,
like, my wife is a great baker.
she is.
Now let me tell you about me.
Well, the thing is because she's the baker,
Okay.
I even got interested in baking. So that was
got
the
it.
point of bringing
Okay.
her in.
Oh,
Got it.
But
Got it. Okay.
if you come down, I'll have her make something, and then I will make something.
Oh,
then
so
you
he's
can
going to be
see-
the judge?
You could not a judge to compare them, but you'll see how good she makes food, and then you'll taste mine.
so I will definitely be out there for Sand Sports
Heck yeah.
Super Show in September. I'll be out
Easy.
there. I'm going to be working that event
Cool.
for sure. So either find me there and bring me brownies, or I will. I'll probably go into Chino, go drive over to Chino to go see the
Yeah.
guys over there. But most of the time, I spend my time right around whatever
Yeah.
that's Costa
Yeah, yeah.
Mesa.
I'll probably just
just
give it to John, and then John will take it with you whenever you guys meet
If
up.
they make it. I have no promises that I will bring actual brownies. They may
Well,
they may be in my
dude.
stomach. Look, dude, there are few sweets that
I will make you some, and then
okay,
him
just make
some
sure
as
there's
well.
enough for me to eat from the point of giving them to me and me getting to Santa's
Matt,
farm.
I made 4 batches.
I know exactly. Where
He's gonna end up with a little square.
Chocolate crumb everywhere over his face. It wasn't me.
He's gonna have like one little square left. I'm gonna look like I'm gonna dive at a coma. I'm like shaking.
the LinksWell stereo system's all fingered up with chocolate.
He's hiding it.
I don't know where they went.
It's on my cheeks. I got that like when it's deep in your cheek or your
Yeah.
lips right there.
Yeah.
Oh man, good stuff. Anyways, right on. Well, I'm excited for the upgrade in the suspension, man. Super
Yeah.
excited. So the Rancho's been great. It just feels like it needs some more. Like it sways back and forth a bit, so it gets a little scary on some trails.
You got a lot of stuff.
There's
on
a
top.
lot, man. There's
Yeah.
a lot up there. That's what I was saying. I was like,
Yeah.
it's a heavy machine for sure.
You
But it has
definitely,
been a lot of fun.
definitely love pushing boundaries and like testing things to its fullest.
I mean, why not, right?
Yeah.
Definitely a good product tester.
That's part of Aero. I don't know. That's part of the off-road industry, at least.
I guess that's true.
Everything in the off-road industry is because somebody pushed the limit.
That's fair. That's true.
Yeah. Look, I mean, look at this year's King of the Hammers, a side
Yeah,
by
I
side.
heard that. That's
Yeah. So think about that. These guys are building massive Ultra 4 vehicles that are $600,000, $700,000, and they're amazing. Then someone builds a really, really expensive side by side and does it all, and they're pushing the boundaries on the side by side to get stuff going too, making that industry even better.
yeah.
It's
We're
great.
actually just starting to jump into that whole side-by-side UTV world.
Hmm.
So
So what does that mean for you from your standpoint? Just making stereo systems?
yeah,
and stuff?
kind of all of the tech. So kind of bringing some of our cool tech in. So because we've jumped into the RV side of things, and in that we've kind of played around in the marine to kind of deal with some of the like IP waterproofing and stuff. So we're tiptoeing around these little areas here, and then there was an opportunity to bring someone on specifically for the power sports stuff, and so he came on board just a couple weeks ago. And so we've got like we had our first like dream fest of like, hey, could we make XYZ work? And came out with like this. I think it's a really cool idea, and so now it's a matter of engineering it and seeing if we can pull it off. So, so yeah. Anyways,
That's that hub thing that we showed off at Knowledge Fest, right? That talks about allowing multiple different applications and things to go into that one center hub for the RVs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sort of. Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
So that's fun.
I mean, it's so crazy because my world is just off road, but there's so much more out there as we talked about. We've got your stereo world, we've got the RV world, we've got the side by side world, we've got the boating world, and they all fill these little niches out there for people. And it's cool how they all kind of interconnect.
Yeah, and that's that's the industry, and we are. I mean, just like the fact that you and I have gotten to connect and do certain things and work together on certain things, like as LinksWell, as we continue to kind of, I mean, I really feel like we're kind of in like a metamorphosis as far as the company's concerned. Because when we opened, like we were interface, that was it, man. We were going to interface to your factory radio, adding aftermarket into your factory stuff. That's where we were. We were, 12 years into that before we became our own brand. So, within 8 years, we've really morphed into quite a bit of different things. And because we are part of our own, like we have our own engineer team. We have, when it comes to software and when it comes to hardware, we have our own factory. Like, because we own all of the like behind the scenes components, it really allows us as a brand to branch outside of our normal, just car stereo stuff. It lets us branch into RV and lets us branch into marine, lets us branch into, power sports and stuff, and kind of push the envelope a little bit. And, we say it all the time, as far as the car audio industry is concerned, they stopped innovating years and years ago. They stopped innovating, and then CarPlay and Android Auto came, and then they really stopped after that because everybody just uses CarPlay or Android Auto. That's all anybody ever uses. So we're the first company that's really innovating something new and not just rebuilding what everybody else has been doing for the last 10, 20 years. So we're hoping to kind of do that same sort of thing in the RV market and in the power sports market. Like the power sports markets, it's fairly a new market. Like everybody's had, some kind of, desert toy or something like that's not new, but I feel like the mass production of UTVs and the readability and availability of them is kind of a new thing, is relatively new. And then with technology just continuously growing, we really are just trying to find and make ourselves a different brand from everybody else. So for what it's worth. So I'm excited to kind of play in that UTV world.
I mean, that's pretty cool. I mean, just having that ability to, as you said, expand and play and poke around, see what you guys want to do.
Yeah, it's an exciting thing. And I've kind of shared that about just why I really enjoy working here is like the creative the ability to have an idea and go to the engineers and say, hey, is this a possibility? And then, literally listening and then, taking steps for it and stuff. So anyways, for what it's worth, little side plug there. So, but yeah, UTV stuff. Nice. So anyways, cool. So you're going to make brownies. Mm-hmm. Matt's coming in September. We're going to do a better podcast with Matt.
Yes.
After I get all of this gremlin of my audio problem figured out. Mm-hmm. Now that it's working, it only exactly. I've only literally had to like shut my computer down and reboot it like 5 times. Yeah. Matt's been on here for like 4 hours and his boss and his wife's gonna yell at him.
His beard became gray now.
Yeah,
it was just fine before.
He just aged the whole time. Like, we'll just have a time lapse of Matt aging as this podcast goes on.
Oh man,
sad news. But anyways, bro, I really, man, I cannot tell you how grateful I am for. I mean, everything from over the years working. Like, you are always just a pleasure to talk to, and then whenever I reach out to you, you're like, "Let's do it!" Like, you've always been super supportive in working with us, and I'm just really grateful for that. Thank you for being patient in my disastrous.
He just makes you want to be a better man, right?
He does, right? Look at him; he's just joyous. Like, I'd have been like, "All right, bro, call me when you get your stuff figured out," right? Like.
No worries. I think the best part is when we're at SEMA and we're in booths and we see each other because you're running from your hall to outside and you're like, "Hey, what's up?" And he's like, "Boom, I gotta go."
Like, high five.
Those are the best parts. Or I'll run out to your booth and I'm like, "Nah, he's not here. He's inside." And I go over there and I'm like, "No, he's outside." And I'm like, "Okay."
Like, literally, that's been our experience for I mean, ever since like the first year you guys when you were at Rancho still had a booth. And then you guys missed a couple years or something, and
we missed a couple. We went in 19, missed 20. We're there at 21, and then that's the last time. Guys.
And there was a couple of years you came just to come, not to work a booth. Yeah, and those were the ones we kept missing. And then this year I passed by you like 5 times with like a hi, and they kept going.
I'm running over to my other booth.
Watched you interview with a couple other YouTubers. Yeah.
Yep. I do a lot of those
because you're like. You're goated.
Did you use that correctly?
I used it correctly. I know.
Yeah.
Matt's goated. That's hardcore goated.
Yeah. No,
so
let's do this again.
Where it doesn't suck with a bunch of mess ups. Oh, good times, man. Well, again, I appreciate it, bro. For those of you who stuck through all of our glitchy hangups, there wasn't a whole lot talked about, but you did learn that the Amish are very big in RV making.
Mm-hmm.
Matt used to homebrew.
Mm-hmm.
EV8 has really pissed me off, and we need to get it figured out. It's really hot in here, and I think that's all you learned.
And I'm getting brownies.
Oh, and you're getting brownies. That's right. And because Art's wife is a good baker, he's a good baker.
Yes.
And he makes
good mac and cheese. What is how do you cook mac and cheese?
All right. I'm not going to reveal all the secrets.
Oh, okay.
Because it's.
Are you like the guy that like puts the like cornflakes on top of your?
No, cornflakes is odd. It's a very odd.
It's a white
choice.
guy thing.
Yeah,
so
it's 100% a white people thing. But I do multiple cheeses. And then and then on top a little bit of.
Here's the thing I know about cheeses is the names are funky. Can you say all the names?
Oh no, my wife probably could.
It's that cheese and that cheese.
Yep.
Yeah.
Honestly, I just like wife choose cheese, and then she choose cheese. Then I put cheese on mac, and then it becomes mac and cheese.
So in theory, your mac and cheese is really your wife puppeteering you.
Oh, 100%. Like Ratatouille. What's the?
Yeah. What was his name? The mouse. The rat was.
I don't know.
That was the meal that they made, but
the weird colorful circles.
Yeah,
I don't know what it is, but basically, she'll sit behind me and she'll be like, "Do this," and I'll do it, and then I get to say and put my name on it.
Yeah. That's super fun. So my wife's a phenomenal cook, which you know.
100%.
I've had a few wins. Like I've made a few sauces.
Yes,
like I make a really good mustard, Carolina mustard barbecue sauce.
Yeah,
I make a pretty good one of those. It actually, my daughter's
it's rough.
She's the sous chef up at Hume Lake Christian Camps, and so she has implemented a few of my recipes and my wife's recipes in the camp food.
Yeah.
So
that would have been so cool if, like, when I counseled there, like, and got to eat that. You know what I mean?
Like, oh, I know the guy who made this.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, it's a recipe I stole and then like tweaked, so it's not like I'm really smart and created it. It was I started with this and tweaked a little bit, and now it's my own.
I mean,
yeah.
Your own,
but anyways, but that's it, man. That was I feel like we did Hugh Jackman
a marathon,
a dishonor to his episode number 33, but.
That's why I'll be back for episode number 35. Oh, good stuff,
funny.
man. Well, if you guys stuck out this long, make sure you hit in the link. You can get into the giveaway, win yourself a free 1,000-watt amplifier. Hit subscribe if you haven't subscribed. I promise, usually we don't have this many issues. It's just been this last few weeks, but I will get it figured out. I will find the gremlin, and I will I don't know, kick it out. Figure it out. Get rid of the gremlin. But that has been LinksWell Together podcast, episode 33, 55 takes. Who knows how long, because I think I've got like 5 hours of recordings.
Yes.
Once again, Matt, thank you so much for coming on, and I will definitely get you back on. And yeah, we'll call that a wraps, guys. Thank you so much.
All right,
brother.
Guys soon.
Later, man.
Take care. Bye.
We'll see you next week.